There's so many kinds of moms. There's no right way to be a mom for sure.
Where the other mom comes from when it comes to parenting a child.
Yeah,
right?
that understanding has to be like solid. That has to be a good part of the foundation because you don't want to be exposing someone else's child to something just because you feel like it's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. But mommy, you gonna hear today? I am learning literally different things from you. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Right.
I'm learning them.
Yeah.
If I just sit back, relax and breathe.
Hey guys, welcome to the Motherly Mind podcast.
Where a mother's mind encourages peace. My name is Jack.
And I'm Muriel. And we are so glad to be back for the third episode, number 3.
So we're on 3. We thank you guys for tuning in with us. The third time.
Thank you for coming through for number 3. We're grateful. We're grateful. Thank you for your time and your support. Thank you for your subscriptions and your shares.
Yes.
We love that the community is growing. The Motherly Mind community is growing and it's going to blossom. We're grateful.
Yes, and you are forever welcome.
Forever.
So,
what we talking about today? First off, update. How are things with you?
Things with me are good. Right now, what is going on with me? I know I'm hungry. I know I want food.
Yes.
But right now things are good. I'm just happy where this platform has landed us and where we're gonna blossom moving forward. And I think right now everything is good. I remember we were leaving the house and Honora was asking, "Mommy, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to record an episode." Or I think you actually told her like,
yeah, we're gonna go record an episode.
And then I think they were just kind of been wondering what have I been doing? Like, what am I trying to be a talk show host or? And I was just and I'm just looking at them like they will understand later.
Yeah, one day understand.
Hopefully, this isn't YouTube archives or something has grown out of this that they will understand.
We about to blow up. I know it. Amen. So they will see it for sure, and hopefully they're proud of us.
Exactly. So far the day's been good. Just same old mom stuff.
Yeah.
School stuff, that's one.
Ooh.
I'm still in school, still struggling. And moms who work and moms who go to school know how hard it is.
Oh yeah.
It's
I can't
extremely
imagine,
hard.
honestly.
I'm here trying to do my paper or write on my discussion board, and Mariah's, or no, actually better yet, Eliana is telling me, "Mommy, can you change it to Roma? Mommy, can you change it to Diana Roma? Mommy, I'm like, girl, like I'm trying to write my paper, and then I'll be like, it's for you. All this is for you. So I'm just like, yeah. So today's been life. Life has been lifing.
Life has been lifing.
So, yeah.
Yes, life has been lifing for me as well. Currently working in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like the job though. The job is like I like my coworkers and I like, the environment. It's a good environment or whatever. But Boston is expensive for no reason. Like I didn't even see that coming, to be honest, and it's very disrespectful.
Really?
I'm from Texas. Like no.
I'm from Maryland. And you're Cameroonian. So you stop that. Wait, mom get you?
No, really though. Like Maryland and Texas and Houston did not prepare me for the prices of Boston. Boston is on some California stuff now. It's very weird. But anyway, we move. I'm working out there and it's a good fit.
Yeah.
It's a good fit. So I'm grateful. Raymond as well. I miss him. I miss my baby. But he's doing well with my sisters. I know they're supposed to meet up with him next week.
Good.
So they can like spend some time with him and then they're gonna like, I don't know, go wherever they feel like going, I guess. The aunties are taking over. We thank God. Shout out to aunties.
I know.
Aunties don't get enough credit, but uncles too.
And uncles too.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
speaking of aunties and uncles, our episode today is talking about momships.
Yes,
Literally,
momships.
momships.
The friendships through the motherhoods.
So we were talking about how do us as mom, first of all, how do we maintain momships? How do we
Start
a momship?
Yeah.
How do we create a mom community with other moms?
Yeah.
How are momships different from a regular friendship?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good point. Yeah.
How are they different? Because it is a big difference from a
Yeah.
regular friendship.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of understanding and patience that have to come with being friends with a whole mom.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
so that's what
That's
we're
true.
discussing. And yeah, so
Momships.
momships.
That's a nice term for it, by the way.
Yeah.
Friendship. Momship.
Momships. And honestly, when you think about it, moms, we're all on the same ship.
Yeah.
So mom.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
girl, I thought about that.
I see that. I see that. I like it.
So
Oh man, momships. So our friendship, as you can see, is a momship.
I've noticed that I've grown along the years, and I've noticed that my friends I have way mom friends. I've noticed that.
You don't have any non-mom friends?
I'm thinking. Oh, come on, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
But most
Good.
of my friends are moms.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some that are not moms yet, but they want to be moms. But
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Yeah, I think I have like an even split. I have friends that are single, and then I have friends that are becoming moms now. And then I have friends that I met in motherhood who are mothers as well. So yeah. And I've been blessed to have friends like you that I was good friends with before, and then we transitioned into motherhood. And yeah, I feel like that's a blessing,
Honestly,
to have people that you're learning with, instead of just learning from. It's a blessing for sure. I appreciate that.
Honestly, with my circle of moms, it started off with me being the mom, the first.
You were the first mom in the friendship.
Mom in the friendship, and after that, everybody started having the kids.
Right. Yeah.
And when I was on kid 2, everybody was on kid 1, and then when I was on kid 3, everybody was on kid 2 or still on 1. So it's just like I'm literally one of those. I don't want to say I'm a pioneer mom, because literally my daughter, the oldest is just 7. However, I'm like the test trial mom.
The trial mom.
Trial mom. Like, oh, okay, well, this didn't work for Jackie, or this probably didn't work for Jackie.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like,
let's ask Jackie about it. She's my mom.
Yeah, she's the mom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so, but for real, like, I'm not, like I said, I always say, and I'll continue to say, I'm literally still learning as the time goes.
Daily.
So even for my new mom friends, or my mom friends that I've had kids before then, I'm learning from them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to discredit my mom, me being a parent, but I'm learning things that I would say, oh my God, I would definitely take that I would take that from them.
Yeah.
So I have some friends that I'm just like, I'm calling them up every day, like, yeah, you have to talk to that school and be aggressive. You're a mom. And I'm like, I want to be the black mom that starts doing rah and what's called. No, you have to be.
But you have to stand up for your kids. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I have different kind of mom friends. I have, and it's like, there's different category of mom friends.
Oh yeah.
There's the mom friends that just love to relax, go out and eat.
The wine and chill mom friends.
There's some friends who they want to take their kids to the amusement park. Let's all go to Disney. Let's all go to Disney. Let's all go out. And then there's just different kinds of moms.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many kinds of moms. There's no right way to be a mom, for sure.
Mom friends.
Yeah, like there's different kinds of, like, I have mom friends where I remember in nursing school, one of my friends in nursing school actually got married and had her first child during nursing school. And I just kept telling her, like, I don't know how you're doing it, because this is a lot, but I'm gonna help you with this and I'm gonna help you with that. So it was like our friendship was us being classmates, us being friends, us also like me learning from her, like the ins and outs of like starting a family, basically, because that's what she was doing. So in our, there's different types of momships. There's momships through just parenting or helping
Right.
each other to
Right.
parent, like, babysitting
Babysitter.
and
Yeah.
stuff. You
Helping each
definitely
other out.
babysat
Yeah.
Raymond quite a few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
And there's momships through different activities, like
Yeah.
the mom friends of, like, like athletes, like kids that play sports,
Yeah.
that community.
Yeah.
Those are good. There's some good momships from that as well. And, I think it's so important because we're not made to be alone. We're not islands.
Yeah.
And when
It's a
it comes,
community of people.
yeah,
It's-
and it goes back to that term. It takes a village.
Yes.
It does
Yes.
indeed take a village sometimes. You can't do it all on your own, especially
Exactly.
for like me being a parent that's not married. Him not having his dad around, like I have to be able to have male friends, kind of like Emmanuel, like your husband, and male friends along the way that can be
Yeah.
able to be good examples to
Shape and
him
mold him.
too. Yeah. So he can see like other men taking care of their woman and like helping out and fixing things around the house and just doing manly things.
Yeah.
I have to be able to rely on my momship friends and like their spouses or their, brothers, for that kind of influence. Like my cousin Sarah, when she got married, like we spent a lot of time around them when they were getting married, and so Raymond got to know his uncle Brian, and he talks about him every now and then, and those are really important to me
Very much
because
so.
I know that that's a perspective and that's an outlook that I wouldn't be able to give him because I'm a
Right.
woman and I can't teach you how to be a man per
Exactly,
se.
yeah.
So I love that about my mom friendships because I've also been able to tap into like their husbands or their brothers, and it's a good help.
Yeah.
A really good example
Yeah.
to Raymond.
Yeah, and even same thing with me with the mom ships. I really value my friends that are moms, even the ones that are not moms. I still value them the same.
Yeah.
But it's just very special for me to have that mom friend because they understand the in and out of what you're dealing with on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
They know the struggles of what you are going through, and it's very, very, very is if I find comfort in basically counting on them, or even me like telling them how my day was, or telling them what I'm going through right now,
Yeah.
because they know how to relate, and they probably been through that same thing, so they know how to maneuver the way or tell you what ways to move in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I really find the importance of momships, and I just value the community, the people we surround ourselves, because of course, as you're growing up with your own child, you're growing up with their children. They're
Oh
growing up
yeah.
with your child.
Yeah.
So we're all molding each other's children in a sense,
Yeah.
and we're all watching them grow. I always literally, cause when I tell you, I call all my friends' kids my bonus kids because literally I see your kids as my kids.
I pray for them.
I pray for them. I wish them the best. I wish them well. I wish them everything in life that I would literally wish my kids. So,
Yeah.
And my kids love your kids. My kids love my kids, my friends' kids. So it's just like
it continues the friendship.
the friendship,
Yeah.
and the flow of the friendship.
It's pretty cool.
So I feel like it's so important to continue these momships, and we don't want to harm anything that we really cherish the momships to the point that we actually, and this brings me another thing, like when you create boundaries with some certain moms, it makes it hard for you to break the bond if the boundaries get crossed sometimes.
That is true. Like and then you start having to have the difficult conversation of like, hey, I didn't like when you did this
Right.
around the kids, and like even like if you see your mom friend who is maybe talking to their child a certain way that you feel may not be, it's kind of uncomfortable to try and say something to them, even though you sometimes know like they could have handled that better. So it can be an uncomfortable position to be in, to say something to them. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But at the same time, it's good to have that kind of momship where you guys are comfortable enough to
To
have
tell
those
each other,
difficult
yeah,
conversations like,
yeah.
hey, you might want to try this. Maybe it might be helpful, or, why don't you do it this way instead? That might be
Better,
better.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's good to have friends that are not going to be like, oh, she's trying to tell me what to
What
do
to
with my
do?
kids.
But honestly too, I feel like that's literally the most sensitive. And for me, I don't want to tell somebody how to parent their own child. Literally, there's some things that maybe I would not prefer. What's called, and there's some things that somebody probably wouldn't prefer the way I would. Everybody says I'm so, and the thing is that's crazy. I'm like literally the most American acted person in my family. However, my friends feel like, my friends thought my child would come out from with the Nigerian accent. And I'm just like, you're stupid, you're crazy. So I'm just like, no, like they think like I really handle my kids like an African parent, like a true African parent. I'm like, I don't think I do, but whatever. And they're like, okay, well, they're not gonna tell me how to whatever, and I'm not gonna tell them how to handle situations when it comes to their kids. So I feel like there's definitely a boundary that has to be created and kind of put back, maintained.
Yeah.
So like that those are the things that you don't spoil your momship relationships with.
Right.
And the reason why I bring that up is because I'm just like, what are the make and breaks of momship from friendships?
Uh, for a break for me would be like you violating, or you putting my child in danger. That I don't think I would fare well with because we're all adults. Like we know the things that we should and should not be doing. And, if you are thinking it's okay to do something that you know is wrong with my child, that's you're putting your kids and my kids in danger for what? Like don't. So I feel like if a momship kind of crossed that boundary and like putting my child in a situation that's dangerous and acting like there's nothing to it, I would not take that well. Let's just be real. That friendship would probably be over because I mean I could still have grace for the person, especially if they understand what they did and they, apologize about it and it wasn't something like grossly intentional. Or even if it was grossly intentional, you're like, actually sorry about it. You understand the danger of what you did. Okay, cool. Like we can talk about it, trust may not be 100% like it was before, but we can work it out, but it's one of those things where it's like you really thought it was okay to endanger my child and that's not okay. So I personally, I don't think I would take that too well, but yeah, that it's good to have understood boundaries when it comes to your momships. I think also like when you're raising your children in like this type of community, building a village around the children, I think you also run the risk of people parenting according to them. Like, let's say you drop the kids off at my house and I let the kids stay up till 3 a.m. every day and whatnot. That might be different from how you run your ship at home. Like you might, I mean, that's not something that I would do to her because I know she don't want her kids staying up till 3 a.m. But just plain scenario.
The thing is that you at least you understand where I come from and I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
And we're just like, okay, and that's the fundamental thing. You have to understand where the other mom comes from when it comes to parenting a child.
Yeah, that understanding has to be like solid. That has to be a good part of the foundation because you don't want to be exposing someone else's child to something just because you feel like it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
And I think that comes out a lot in like let's say like families that are not specific in their gender roles. Like this is a very gender fluid time that we're living in. So some moms are lesbian moms or some dads are gay dads, and now it's like, so something like that, you have to, just because you're okay exposing your children to certain things doesn't mean I'm okay exposing my children to certain things. And that understanding has to be clear from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because and even if it's not, then you have to know how to go about
That's
it.
why I say communication.
Because, yeah.
You just have, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with just asking the question. Like, okay, like we don't go to church. Like, not
We don't go to the same church.
we don't go to the same, or not saying I don't go to church, but let's say we don't go to church on Sundays. Like, is that fine with with us not going? Or you get, or we go, or let's say vice versa. We go to church on Sundays. Is that fine for me to take the child? But the thing is that also too, you should already know that from the beginning. Like, you already know that, and you already know to connect that friend. Because I don't know, if I don't know you so well, I would not feel so comfortable to
let my child be with you. Yeah.
So from the beginning, if you already created that friendship, that means that that person, you're good enough to have your child with.
Right. But even if you're not,
Yeah.
understanding how to navigate that difficult conversation is important, because there will be certain things that you just don't really think of. It might not be a big deal to you, but it might be a big deal to the person that you're friends with, and just discuss it, hash it out.
It's just talk.
Yeah.
Like, literally just talk to be on one page.
Yeah.
And it depends on the individuals. If one is like going to take anything you say the wrong way, then you have to probably reconsider that friendship.
Yeah.
That person
There's certain times.
This is just, if the person doesn't understand your communication style or the way you communicate things, then maybe just not a match for that person.
Yeah. Like, some friendships fall apart. Yeah. Not all friendships last forever.
Yeah.
So understanding that and not beating yourself up about it, as long as you didn't, cause that person any type of harm or pain.
Yeah.
Hey, like, hash it out, and maybe the relationship ends. Okay, it is what it is.
Funny question. Did your mom, and we're African, and we already know the answer to this question, did your mom maintain her momships?
No, my mom did not. My mom did not maintain her momships well. My mom, she gets very tied up in like her own life, and so she kind of has a tendency of not really reaching out to other people when she's going through a lot of things. And so I think that affected her momships. There's not that many friends that she. But also, my mom didn't have like super long friendships either. I don't know. I never thought about that. Yeah. But yeah, after you asking the question, the answer is no. She did not have some of those momships anymore. And even like godparents, like my mom had assigned. Look,
honestly, these African parents just be throwing it. I swear, when I tell you, my little brother's godmom was 1/8. I would say she was. Let me be fair. She was like probably like in her close to 80-year-old woman, old elderly Caucasian woman.
When he was born.
When he was born.
What?
Now tell me, which way they gonna be taking care of?
Right.
Baby?
When?
How? Where?
Where's she at now?
She passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, she passed away.
But was she like involved?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
So it's like, where they be picking up these godparents from? You don't just pick up anybody as a godparent. And that's like literally another thing that ties into momships. Like, godparents, like, and honestly, to like that's a thing where, of course, in the literal term, godparents is the person that's going to take care of the child, God forbid, if the parents are not here anymore.
Right.
However, in this millennial modified way, in my mind, that's not how it is. My definition of a godparent is more of the strong community of the person that you felt like that's a very strong person to influence and be a good walking step for your child.
Yeah.
For them to guide your child and grow with your child and mold your child. You're like the second hand mom and dad in a sense. So yeah, that's my definition.
Yeah, I fought hard when it was time to select godparents. I do believe in godparents. I just knew that I wanted godparents that would actually be like of impact for Raymond. So I remember I chose my sister. I chose Vicky to be godmom because I was like, Vicky is very strict by the book. Not always. Like, she knows how to have fun, but when it comes to like taking care of someone, she's very disciplined.
Yeah.
I love that about her. So I was like, she would take good care of him in my absence. If anything were to happen, I wouldn't be afraid of, him being in good hands. And then for Godfather, I chose my friend George. And George, he's,
Shout out to George.
Yes. He's very much like, he's a good dad. I love that about him. He's a good dad and he's a good friend. He's not afraid to tell you, like, if you're on the wrong track, he's letting you know. And he's even quick to distance himself from you when you're doing when you out here wilding out and acting like you don't know how to act. So I know that he's going to he's a good, strong fatherly figure for Raymond, and despite the fact that we don't live in the same area anymore, he's still pretty consistent.
So my question is that, do you believe that momships are only for the moms? Because literally there's male men in your life that could be in your momship.
Oh yeah, no, I don't limit it to just the women. Like I said, a lot of men like Emmanuel and George. I look at them as part of my momship friends as well, because they are also helping. Like, if I have to drop off Raymond, like let's say we're all at a gathering, if Emmanuel is there and you're not, I feel good, right? Because he's also like a good, he knows how to take care, he's caring and stuff. And I think those are things you have to look at, the type of person, how is that person outside of their parenting, right? Emmanuel's a very calm, chill guy, respectful and, things like that. So I do, I do. I do definitely involve my male friends into my momships. Yeah, it's not just for the women, because there are some, I know a lot of women who have their brothers. Right. I don't have any brothers, but there are a lot of women who have their brothers, and their brothers are really good uncles to their children. And I think about that too. My cousin Sarah, Jimmy, her brother Jimmy is a great, he loves Raymond. He takes really good care of Raymond when Raymond's around. So yeah, I definitely involve males into the momships because
shout out to the males. Shout out to the uncles. Shout out to the goddads. Shout out to the dads. I'm very appreciative of my male surrounding when it comes to the momships. I literally have a group of men that I would love to shout out, my brother, my brother Ola, my one of our friends Jumi, that I call him my little brother, Topa, that's my male cousin, Wale, Uncle Ken, Tunde, all of my friends' husbands. You guys are a good community of people that I literally, and honestly, forgive me for the people that I did not think of. Femi, he'll kill me.
I was just waiting. I was like, child, that man gonna slaughter you if you don't mention his name. Nah, he wouldn't do that, but he would.
He would.
Verbally.
He would grab you
verbally.
Femi, my bad. Sorry.
The first Godfather. The first Godfather.
I just literally, and I literally enjoy, and I like what you said. If my girlfriends weren't there and their husbands were there, or my family, my cousins or my brother, things like that were there, I'm fine. I don't have the second thought.
Yeah.
And I'm just very appreciative for the male momships and the female momships. So
momships are important. Maintain your momships. For those who are new moms and you want to know where you can be able to meet other moms to create momships, it's good to join groups. There's Facebook groups.
Yep.
I remember when I was pregnant, one of my friends that I knew in Arizona, she had her first child. And so she had added me to a mama group on Facebook. It was a really cool environment. I remember when I was having trouble with breastfeeding, I wasn't making as much milk, and I asked some questions on there, and they had some good answers, and I tried them, and they worked, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Mom groups on Facebook, that's a good way. Also, Some of the resources they give you when you're pregnant, like when
Right.
you go to your prenatal doctor's offices and whatnot, they sometimes, if you ask your doctor, they can point you in a direction of different groups that you can join or different places. You know, sometimes you can meet mom friends at the playground.
Right.
I've definitely met some playground mom friends.
But you know, the thing is that, and this is where I struggle with, and honestly, it might be my awkward personality. This is where I fall short, maybe just because of my awkwardness. And honestly, I'll pray on that part later. 'Cause this awkward me, overthinker me, need to go. It's very hard for me to make mom friends. It's very hard because I overthink too much.
Oh.
And it's a really bad trait of mine. And I'm trying to, like, this is why this podcast came too damn long, because I was overthinking, like, oh my God, how am I about to sound?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what did everybody gonna think of me? Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's
like,
like-
am I sound stupid? Or people gonna look at me like, it's just too much going on in my brain.
Yeah.
So imagine that for me doing my personal project. Me making mom friends, I'm about to be like, I'll literally be, and the thing is, I will have good, meaningful conversation with them and
Yeah.
talking to them after they leave. I'm like, I'm not going to hit them up again. I'm just like, why do I do
Why
that?
not?
I
Are
don't
there certain
know.
things that they say or
They
do
don't
that make you
say
feel like,
anything.
oh, so
It's just
it's
me.
just you?
Because I feel like I
Dang.
don't, it's just like, you know, like you probably you date a guy or something like that, and you overthink, like, oh my God, is it too early to text them? Oh my God,
Oh,
like
yeah.
things like that. And I'm just like, bruh, this is a whole female, and this is a whole woman that's a whole nother mom. Like, if you think of it as, I'm like, another mother was hitting me up. I'm like, oh hi, how are you? I'm not gonna say, why are you calling me at this time? Like, I'm like, oh, why are you calling me? You're gonna take care of my child. Like, so that's what I say. I tend to overthink, and
Yeah.
honestly, that's one thing I'm gonna
Work on.
work on with
Okay,
myself.
work in progress. Hey,
So
we
whoever is an
love
overthinker
the
like me,
transparency.
we're gonna be wearing this together. I'm your
Yeah.
mom friend. You could be my mom friend. We could create a whole momship through the Motherly podcast. So.
Yeah. So we're, you know, this is a podcast that's trying to build a community.
Right.
So anyone, we should do that. We should start like a group, the Motherly Mind group.
Motherline group.
The Motherly Mind group.
There we go.
There
The
we
Motherly
go.
Mind group.
We're gonna put that together so that way we can all join. We can all share our stories and we can all learn and grow with each other, and our children can learn from each other. You know, all of that.
Exactly. Please don't be afraid.
Expanding the
All
community.
cultures, all races, we're all one mind
Right.
together. We all want to be at peace. One of my cousins brought up that, and I'm hoping down the line this can work out with this whole platform, is that we have mom vacations.
Oh yeah.
That would be so good. Like,
you already know I'm down.
I am down, because not saying I'm running away from my child. I'm not running from my
But
my
that's
children.
not what it is.
But
We got to clear that up.
yeah, we have to clear
That's
that up.
not
You're
what it
not
is.
running away from your
Do
child.
not feel bad wanting
not
to
feel
take some
bad.
time away from your child.
Do not.
If it's coming to your mind that you need some time away, it's probably for the best.
Exactly.
And you have to take care of yourself as
For
an
you to be
individual.
strong for your child.
Exactly.
I always say that to
So
people.
don't ever feel guilty about wanting to leave for a tequila Sunday.
Honestly, do not feel that. Oh, I'm a mom. I can't do this anymore.
I shouldn't be having so much fun without my kids.
No, you are allowed.
Girl, bye.
You were just like, I'm gonna put myself in. I was Jackie before being a mom,
Right.
and I'm Jackie.
You gotta be Jackie still.
I'm Jackie that just happens to be a mom, and I'm gonna be Jackie forever.
Right.
So we all need that peace of mind.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that in the future, we create
events.
We create events. We create mom social groups, mom networking, mom vacation groups.
Mm-hmm.
So please definitely comment in our videos, comment in our website, on our website, comment if you do want to see these stuff happen.
Yeah.
And we will try.
And if you have ideas for us.
You have ideas for us.
In terms of activities.
Yes. So we can create the strong momship.
Yes.
So yeah.
A bond that lasts forever.
And ever.
Well, you know, unless it don't.
I know. Sometimes it don't. But what can you do?
But yeah,
So
this was good.
this was really
This was
good.
good. Momship.
Momships.
Okay, so before we leave, I do want to give you your flowers, girl. I listen when before Jackie and I's friendship got to like 3 years deep. I already knew like this lady knows me better than I know myself. Like this lady knows me like a spouse. I literally I still call her like every now and then my wife.
Literally
She's
your
like a
name
wife.
was wife Steve.
Right.
Like wife bestie.
like I know you got a manual, but you also got me. Like
no, literally she'll say
not really
she'll
like
say, oh well, I was your first one.
I was your first one.
I was your first partner.
First partner. Because the way that Jackie knows me, it like there are certain things that Jackie used to say in the beginning of our friendship that I didn't know about myself just yet. And I was just like, dang, like how does she see me that way? I really applaud the way that you have befriended me. I applaud that. You've been very supportive, you've been very caring, you are, go above and beyond when you can and things like that. So appreciative of your friendship.
So
I love
much.
you.
I
do.
too. And I honestly try. And the thing is that like I don't give myself as much credit as I should. Like people give me so much credit, but I don't see myself, and that's such a bad thing. Like I feel like I'm just there now.
Well, we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm just there. I'm like, but it's like I'm very happy to hear these things because I was like, okay, I add value to somebody's life.
Oh, definitely.
Or I add value to the friendship. Like I don't want to be a bad friend to anybody.
Oh, of course, no.
So
I don't think you've been a bad friend to anyone.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
So I'm just like, thank you for that. And I feel like you've been there for me from the beginning to the tears and the
to the trial,
to everything. Yes, literally to high school. Literally. So it's like it's very fruitful and it's a big blessing to create these momships.
Yeah.
So
in this bond.
bond. So yeah. So I love you, girl.
I love you. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We are grateful for your time and we can't wait to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.